Hello football fans, welcome to United Home. Here you'll get breaking transfer news, match updates, and exclusive inside training content. Show your support by liking the video, commenting your thoughts, sharing with other fans, and subscribing to join the United Home family. Manchester United reach agreement with Casemiro over contract clause amid transfer speculation. Casemiro announced his departure from Man United in January, but there has been a push from supporters for him to stay recently. Casemiro will be able to start every remaining game for Manchester United this season after a clause in his contract that would have led to an extension was ripped up. It is understood that the 34-year-old had a clause in his deal that would have led to a one-year extension if he started 35 Premier League fixtures in his final season at the club, a tally that he remains on course to reach. But the Manchester Evening News understands that the club and Casemiro reached an agreement in January to waive the clause during talks to formally announce that he would be leaving Old Trafford at the end of the season. The Brazilian midfielder was told by United officials earlier in the season that his contract wouldn't be renewed, but in early 2026 he decided to make the news public, a request to which United agreed. That came soon after news around the clause that would see his £350,000 a week extended for a fifth season had come out, but the two parties agreed that it wouldn't be activated even if the target was hit. At the time, that looked unlikely. Casemiro would have needed to start all of the final 21 Premier League games of the season to hit the target of 35 after missing the December trip to Aston Villa through suspension. But the former Real Madrid midfielder has emerged as an integral part of the side, especially since Michael Carrick was appointed in January, and he is now up to 14 successive starts in the Premier League. Had the clause remained in place, it would have meant United would have had to drop him from the starting lineup for a game, potentially bringing him on early in a fixture just to avoid the total of 35 starts being hit. Both parties agreed that it was unnecessary, leaving Carrick free to pick him in the starting lineup for all remaining Premier League games. Casemiro's recent form has led to calls for United's decision not to renew his contract to be reversed, but that stance at Old Trafford isn't going to change and plans are already afoot to sign a replacement. Indeed, it is thought that Casemiro is actually close to agreeing terms over a move to a new club when his contract expires at the end of June. Some positive news. Manchester United issue, encouraging update on £2 billion. Old Trafford plans. Man United are planning to build a new Old Trafford, and they have issued an update on the work going on behind the scenes over the next 12 months. Manchester United stadium development boss Colette Roche insists progress has been made on plans to build a new £2 billion Old Trafford, with talks with investors going well and land acquisition deals set to be announced soon. Since announcing last year plans to build a new 100,000-seater Old Trafford on land adjacent to the current stadium, there has been no concrete progress made public. But Roche insists the project has moved forward behind the scenes. United have been working on securing land needed to deliver the new stadium and the wider regeneration project, with the aim of securing a large patch of land currently owned by Freightliner proving to be a particular challenge. But Roche revealed progress had been made on that front and suggested an announcement confirming a deal could be made in the next couple of months. "We've made a lot of progress in the last 12 months, said Roche, who was handed the title of Chief Executive, New Stadium Development, earlier this year. But to be fair, a lot of it has been behind the scenes, so people might not have seen that, but some of the examples of progress we've made are first and foremost in land assembly. We want to make sure we get the best possible position for this stadium, one which has got plenty of land around it to put the right facilities in place, one that's connected and offers a great matchday experience. So I've been spending a lot of time talking to all the local landowners to understand where that needs to be, and we're progressing that really, really well, and I'm hoping to be able to share some positive news on that front in the next few months." United have also been working to try and line up investment for the project, so Jim Ratcliffe confirmed last year that they would fund the stadium with private finance, and Roche revealed United had spoken to people and organisations keen to be involved. There have also been talks with public bodies around taxpayer investment in infrastructure around the stadium. Ratcliffe said last year that public cash would be needed to complete the wider regeneration aims around the stadium, with both sets of plans going hand in hand. "I think the second area that we've done a lot in is around investment, and I'm delighted to say we've had a lot of interest," said Roche. "There's a lot of people and organisations that want to invest, not just in the stadium, but also in the wider stadium district. And so those conversations are naturally going to be behind closed doors. And I think the third part, but arguably the most important work we've been doing, is really laying the foundations and relationships with the people that are going to make this happen. So primarily, it's the local authorities. It's working with the newly established Mayoral Development Corporation. Bit of a mouthful, but we call it the MDC. So that's chaired by Lord Seb Coe. And as we know, he's got tremendous experience in sports-led regeneration projects with the work he did in London 2012. It's supported by Andy Burnham, our mayor, who thinks it's going to bring amazing benefits for the city region, and also by Tom Ross, who's obviously our leader here in Trafford. And so they're a really important group of people. They're the ones that are going to help us with the planning, make sure we've got the infrastructure around the stadium to be able to get in and out efficiently and effectively, but also the ones that will remove any obstacles that we come up against as we go through this build, and to make sure that we can deliver the benefits. As we've all said, we want to for the greater good. Manchester United star Jadon Sancho's future takes fresh twist as club announce exit. Manchester United outcast Jadon Sancho is likely to leave Old Trafford as a free agent this summer. But one of his suitors, Borussia Dortmund, now have a new sporting director. Borussia Dortmund will have a new sporting director overseeing their summer transfer business, amid reports that the Bundesliga outfit are ready to re-sign Jadon Sancho for a third time when he permanently leaves Manchester United. Sancho, 25, made his name in Germany with Dortmund over 4 years, earning a blockbuster £73 million switch to Old Trafford back in the summer of 2021. But unfortunately for the fleet-footed winger, he has been unable to replicate his dazzling Dortmund form in a Manchester United shirt. Despite falling out of favour, Sancho remains on United's books after failing to agree a permanent transfer in recent transfer windows. But with the attacker out of contract this summer, Sancho is now expected to leave United at the end of the season as a free agent, with Dortmund emerging as the red-hot favourites to sign him. The winds of change are already sweeping through Dortmund ahead of the next transfer window, with their highly rated sporting director, Sebastian Kehl, leaving his post. He departs the German giants with immediate effect, and they have wasted no time in sourcing a replacement, announcing that Old Book has agreed to fill the void left by Kehl's exit. Such a significant change behind the scenes is likely to alter plans when it comes to the transfer window. But in Sancho's case, he could be unaffected. That's because a move to re-sign the Aston Villa loanee has already been given the green light by Niko Kovac, Dortmund's head coach. The Times reported last week that Kovac has changed his mind on sanctioning a swoop for Sancho after electing not to target any new wingers last summer. However, a deal would be reliant on Sancho taking a significant pay cut, given his old club would be unable to match the reported £300,000